Testing. Hello? Hey, sports writers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm going to turn it over to Molly in a second. Thank you for coming. Everyone from a lot of different areas are here. Mike Barker, the Parenton Town Supervisor, and Mark Cassini, the Gatestown Supervisor, are here. So if anyone has fallen branches or trees, I have their cell numbers. They take calls till 1 in the morning. I'm going to turn it over briefly to Molly Court, from Managing Editor of RIT Press.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This is a great opportunity to celebrate Jim's new book. I was lucky enough, as Jim said, I'm the managing editor for RIT Press, and I worked with Jim from beginning ideas to the final book, and we're really proud of it. As always, a book is a complicated and long process, and Jim endured my requests and with good humor. And I want to thank the team at RIT Press, because it's a lot of people that do a lot of behind the scenes. My colleagues are here today. Laura Ponzio Heiss is our business manager, so when you want to order a slew of books, make sure you get in touch with Laura. And Marnie Sohm is our fabulous designer who did the cover and the interior of the book. And our director, Bruce Austin, regretfully, is on vacation in Maine eating lobster, so he couldn't be here. Tough job. So I just want to say a few brief things about Jim, if you didn't already read the back cover. Jim has had a long career as a sports writer, 33 years, right? At the DNC.
Started when I was 10.
And guess what? He's starting all over again. He's going to start at the U of R as the student life publicist. Is that next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now. So after he gets off this high from the book, right? Got to go back to reality.
Back to reality.
So Jim is a 3-time winner of the New York State Associated Press Award for Outstanding Sports Feature Writing. He's also a 2-time recipient of the Rochester Press Radio Club Sports Writer of the Year, and a member of the Frontier Field Walk of Fame. And that's all I have to say about him. He's going to introduce the people in his life and say a few words. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Being high-tech, I have my notes on my iPhone. But I do want to thank Bruce is great. Bruce couldn't be here, as Molly said, but he's the director at RIT Press. He came to my book signing at Pittsburgh Barnes & Noble. They're just a supportive staff. Molly has been great because I haven't written a book in a long time, and I've never written one by myself. And she's guided me every step of the way, and I was more than happy to listen to her words of wisdom. Marnie did the book cover and the inserts and all that, and she did a great job. The cover is interesting because, as she explained to me, it's a generic field. It's not a football field or a baseball field. It's any field, which is really what this book is, a lot of different sports. And Laura has been great. Laura is the person that set up this party and set up the book signings and the marketing and all that. So thank you to RIT Press very much. I also want to thank the Democrat and Chronicle for allowing me to use some of their great photos in this book. And where's Jamie? Jamie Germano, the best photographer in town, is in there a lot. Very good friend, great person, great photographer. You know, it's funny, a lot of book ideas end with rejection. And this one actually started with rejection because I called Molly with an idea about a local figure in town. Okay, he's now a state senator.
Yeah.
And they just didn't really think the timing was, this is before he ran for office. But then she said to me while we were on the phone, she goes, have you ever thought about doing a book of like your best human interest stories? And obviously I was interested. And we went from there. So this book is sports based. But really, it's just about inspiration. The sports is the backdrop. It could be anyone in America, in the world. I wanted to mention a couple of people that are here right now. In 1996, 3 weeks before Christmas, RIT women's hockey player Christine Pierce was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. It took 6 months of chemotherapy and 21 straight days of radiation. but Christine won her battle. She was forced to miss her freshman season of hockey, but instead of holding a pity party for herself, she became heavily involved in nearly 30 community projects or charity events, and she earned 13 scholarships. In 1999, she became the first woman to win the prestigious Hockey Humanitarian Award given to college hockey's finest citizen. But there's more to the story. Because of her treatments, Christine was told there was a strong possibility she couldn't have children, which was a problem because she wanted 12. She and her husband David settled on 4. They were born in 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006. How's that for body checking cancer? Christine is right here. Mike Neer is also profiled in this book. I've covered hundreds of coaches in my life, and there's no one I respect more than Mike. He's always the tallest guy in the room to me, and not just because he's 6'8". Mike led the University of Rochester men's basketball team to 3 Final Fours and 1 national championship, but more importantly, he graduated at a higher percentage than your body temperature. He won 629 career games, which is 10th best in Division III history, and he did it with class all the way. St. John Fisher athletic director Bob Ward said it best in a story I did profiling Mike. If you were trying to put food on the table, I don't think you would want to be coaching against Mike every night. Mike Neer. And I want to introduce some members of my family. My wife, Carrie, who has been a rock during this career transition in my life. For those who may not know, I have left the Democrat and Chronicle after 33 years. Friday was my last day. In 2 weeks, I will, as Molly said, begin a new career as student life publicist at the University of Rochester. The past few weeks, as you can imagine, have been filled with a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety. But Carrie's been my support system and always telling me I'm doing the right thing. So I want to thank her. My children are here. Maddie is the most amazing 9-year-old I've ever met. He's an artist, a writer, a videographer, and he knows more about the Red Sox than me. He amazes me. Sophie is my 5-year-old angel. Last week she completed her first dance recital, got her ears pierced, and played in her first t-ball game. She enjoys life a lot more than adults I know, and family group hugs are her thing. Finally, I would like to introduce my 90-year-old mother, Connie Mandalero, who's sitting right over here in the blue. My mom became a widow at age 52, and shortly after that, she got her driver's license, she got a job, she had 2 kids to support at home. Later on, she got her real estate license. And 2 years ago, my mom had a serious stroke. And we were in for Niagara Falls when it happened, and we came back. And the good folks at the Fairport Baptist Home told her that she would never be able to go home again and live on her own. And she was pretty upset about that news, and she decided that it wasn't going to happen. So she worked hard with physical therapy, and she did whatever they wanted her to do at the age of 88. And in January of 2014, my mom went home to her house, her condo. She's been on her own with a lot of help from us, but she lives alone for the past 1.5 years. So she's an amazing woman. That's all I have to say. Thank you all for coming out. I hope you buy the book. Proceeds will go to my college education for my kids. I'm going to sign now. I'm going to sit over there. I'll be sitting down if anyone wants a book.